guys, me again. So I really wanted to talk about things I hate and also love slash like about Friends in varying degrees. So let's start with hate, get the negative stuff out of the way first. The thing I absolutely hate the most about Friends is the weather. So, well, obviously, I'm from the southern hemisphere, I'm from a tropical country. I passively expect much better weather than we have here in France, and it's really draining for me, like mentally. Like, the buildings are grey, the sky is grey, the people look sad, and they're always walking so slowly, and it's just the worst. The very first day I got to Nancy, it rained for 4 days afterwards. 4 days straight without stop, and there was no heat yet in my apartment. So imagine me coming from Jamaica. It's maybe 30 degrees when I left Jamaica. I came here, it was like 12 degrees maybe, but then it just rained and rained and rained, and I hated it. I hated the very first week, and I didn't want to go home or anything. I just hated it. It was the worst. So the second thing that really bothers me is the giant dogs. I like dogs. Dogs are cute. I like small dogs. I like some big dogs, but like the dogs here genuinely scare me. I tell myself they're not dogs and that they're wolves. And also, dogs tend to leave behind things that their owners don't pick up, even though the French government specifically gives them free bags to take up their dog filth. No one does, and I really don't like that, because I spend half my time trying to dodge pieces of dog filth, and I just never get around to like enjoying looking around, even though it's nicer outside, warm and sunny, and I spend all my time trying to hopscotch dog filth. And the thing I slightly hate the least, because I'll just say the thing I hate the least: paperwork. So, I came here with maybe one binder of paper, important forms and copies of passports and important documents. And leaving now, I've thrown out 3 30-gallon garbage bags of paper. I have paperwork for everything. I have paperwork that I'm scared to get rid of, because someday some arm of French bureaucracy will ask me for these papers and I won't have them, and I just get this feeling I'll be in trouble. And I hate that feeling, so I can't get rid of any of my paperwork. And then the things I like, because there are things I like, I really like the food. The food is my favorite thing. The food and the food and the food and the pastries and the food. I just really love food. My favorite thing I've eaten here is probably raclette. It's like an all-day feast of deliciousness. And what's my second favorite thing? I'd probably say the gourmandise from Paul. I could probably eat 3 a day. I'm not saying I have, but I've never, like, it's crazy. And then the second thing that really impressed me also when I was here is the warmth of the people. Like, no matter what my situation, I've always found people who are willing to help me. And I really appreciate that, being a youngish girl alone in a country. It's really nice that people have been willing to help me, with heavy grocery bags, with things that I had no idea how to do before I got here. They've really been nice, and that's really my second favorite thing about this whole country. Or maybe, I don't know if people everywhere are like this, but I've been really lucky. And then the third thing is the transport system, but it's kind of a love-hate relationship. I love it because it's efficient and it gets me to places on time, but then I don't love it because it's annoying sometimes, and it's really weird because you can get onto the bus without paying for it. But then sometimes there'll be a guy there that checks, and then he'll fine you for not paying for it. But 95% of the time the guy's not there, and I'm thinking, don't they lose money? And then another thing is this strike that's happening. They can strike for, what is it, 3 or 4 months, just intermittently they'll just strike. And the fact that the bus drivers also seem to ignore the timetable sometimes, and several times bus drivers have just driven past me at the bus stop, you know, standing there, bus card in hand, waving, and they just drive past me for no reason. Sometimes I'm carrying heavy bags, sometimes I'm not, sometimes I'm late for work. And so it's a really, really serious love-hate relationship. But now you know what I love about France and what I hate about France.